Well, the festival season is close by, and all retailers are really gearing up as far as the demand is concerned, and most of them seem really upbeat about what will come by. I decided to really come down here at what is called Pepperfry, one of the largest fulfillment centers they have in Bangalore, outskirts of Bangalore. And joining me is Ashish, the co-founder of Pepperfry, to talk us take through, apart from the festive demand, the business side for Pepperfry. Thank you so much for taking all the time and joining us. This is unlike any of the fulfillment centers that e-tailers like Flipkart or Amazon have. I've been there. In terms of scale and scope, this is much larger. So you had to also sort of make those investments built to size, right, to sort of accommodate the...
Yeah, absolutely. See, we have been saying, the category is very different. Furniture is all about big box logistics. And, I think this requires a lot of specialization in general, right? For example, the warehouse that we are standing in right now is the second largest warehouse in the country for furniture. Even the first largest is also owned by us. It is in Bhiwandi, which is the largest furniture fulfillment center. The warehouse that we are standing in right now is around 185,000 square feet of covered space. The overall compound space is around 300,000 square feet. Right? Furniture is, like I said, is a different category. One of the key nuances of the category is that it requires a lot of floor space.
That's
right. So if you're not investing in large warehouses where you can use air spaces, and stack up furniture, to a great height, you will end up adding a lot of warehouse space in your life, right? So therefore, it is important. What you see here is a warehouse which is 14 meters high. And therefore, these need to be done built to suit, because typically warehouses are not available to this height, right? What you therefore see over here is G+7 racking. The furniture is at the 7th floor, stacked up till the 7th floor, and you bring them down, basis the orders that you get.
Got it.
Yeah.
Ashish, as far as the festive demand is concerned, most of the retailers that we've been talking to say slow down. We're not really seeing it impact, our orders or consumer sentiment. One, do you really echo with that at Pepperfry as well? And plus, what sort of a demand are you really evaluating? You have enough data, you have enough info on what customers are really carting, adding to their carts, what are they really looking to buy?
No, business, Rahul, has been great. In my mind, this is going to be one super duper festival season for us. As business, the way we are structured is all the new things that we need to do in our business, we do, we end them by June, right? Because this is the time to make money and sell a lot of furniture. In terms of how, the season pans out, 60% of our overall turnover actually happens in the second half of the year.
Yeah,
right?
which is now.
Yeah,
right?
which is now. And that's why, this center, for example, was launched in June this year. Especially gearing up for the upcoming season. So starting July onwards, I think this is great time for selling furniture to our customers.
Would you break down in terms of numbers how much you plan this festive season to add in terms of compared to last year, or any internal targets that you've really set?
See, especially in the Diwali month, October, November, I think our business should grow between 30-35% month on month, right? That's the minimum that we have struck, till now in our 7 years of operations. So fingers crossed, we are looking for like I said, a bumper season ahead of us.
Works well. And I'm sure you've been asked this so many times that Pepperfry has been one of the pioneers as far as the omni-channel strategy is concerned. Long before we saw everyone sort of the online bandwagon switch offline and say we have a potential. How has it really worked for you, the fact that you're an omni-channel player? Break it down to us in terms of average ticket size that you see a conversion happen at a Pepperfry studio vis-a-vis online, and has there been that interesting crossover that you definitely wanted to see with the strategy that you have?
Sure. See, in my mind, the way we looked at our business is, you can plan various things, in your business. One thing that you cannot, decide for customers is what medium or mode, place that the customer chooses to buy furniture from, right? So from get-go, 2014 December is the time when we opened our first omni-channel store, offline store. And since then we have opened many. As we are talking today, we have 65 stores spread across 28 cities, right? In a city like Bangalore, which is one of our largest markets, 28 to 30% of our sales actually come from Bangalore alone, right? So we have 13 stores in Bangalore, we have 17 stores now in Mumbai. So omni-channel is big for us. I think the way we have built this business is we have built a truly omni-channel business. It is not multi-channel. Often, what brands end up doing is that they end up building two different channels of business. One is offline business and the other one is online business.
It has to be seamless.
Yes, it has to be seamless. Even if you come to our stores today, you cannot buy from the stores, right? The delivery does not happen in the store. So you can come to our store, get consulting on what you should buy, and post that you actually go online and
And you
place
have to,
orders,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So therefore, all of fulfillment around the stores, all of customer support around the business actually happens at a common place, right? And that's how you truly build an omnichannel business.
But in terms of the ticket size, break it down to us really.
Absolutely. Obviously, people come to an offline store because they get a lot of consulting. They can make the right purchase decisions. So typically, if in online business, if our AOVs are around 18,000 bucks, for offline it is 36,000 bucks, right? So it's 2x as compared to the online business. The other big, thing over here, especially for offline businesses, that my repeats are 1.8 times as compared to my online business, right? So not only we are able to cross sell and upsell a lot more, in our stores, we are also able to get customers again and again, back again, through the experience that we deliver from these stores.
Got it. I know, Ashish, you've been asked this again so many more times, and I want you to be candid. IKEA, it's been a while. Of course, you will say yes. It expands the market. It's great for all of us. You have another player. It's an unorganized market, but the fact that they have an online presence now in Mumbai, they're expanding the investments that are really coming by. How will it really augur for the long haul and for Pepperfry?
See, and I have been a true believer in this. We had this, even last time. I think one of the key things that the furniture category needs today is, a lot of interest. I think while the category is large, not many people talk about it. I think with entry of players like IKEA, the category do become very interesting. Today, for example, in every discussion, we have been asked question on IKEA. So people are now starting to talk about furniture, and not only furniture, people are now talking about organized furniture, which is buying furniture from organized players like IKEA, Pepperfry, Hometown, etc. Right? Had not happened for many years in this country. Right, the overall furniture and home opportunity is very big. We are talking about a 200,000 crore rupees of opportunity. The overall size of the category, out of which the online businesses, or not only online, but the organized businesses, are only 9%. So I think with more interest in the category and with many more people spending money in building this category, I think the overall I think strength of the category goes up, especially the organized play.
But personally, do you not see the do-it-yourself sort of a category that IKEA has been betting on not really work in India really at the long haul? Because they've also been looking to learn from the India learnings and tweak the model, because that may not really take off.
Yeah, I think the model would need to be tweaked. I think in India we are not people who would want to assemble stuff on our own, right? Even to change the bulb in our house, we call an electrician, right? So this is definitely not a DIY place. Having said that, I think there is an evolution, right? There are products that we also today assemble, and some products can be assembled very easily using manuals, etc. But I think India would, for a long time, time from now, would remain a market where service would be very important. So especially furniture, see, the supply chain in furniture does not end at only delivering the products, right?
And I'm sure Indians spend a lot more time deciding what furniture to buy than sort of buy a dress online, right?
Yes, absolutely. It is a high engagement purchase. It is, I think, a category where people spend a lot of money on, right? When you buy a new flat, I think close to 10 to 15% of the value of the flat is actually spent in interiors of your flat, right? So it's a high engagement purchase, and therefore some bit of assistance, guarantees, etc. help.
Do definitely help.
Yeah.
But the fact that Amazon, Flipkart have been betting big, I was also telling you, Kalyan Krishnamurthy, CEO, last time that I met him, Diwali sale, he said furniture has been one of the largest selling categories, and we're going to be doubling down as far as that category is concerned. With all of this really adding up, of course, you do have an innovative omni-channel presence, but how do you see them sort of play a role as well?
See, I truly believe that this category is, I think it has a lot of nuances, right? While, you would have seen many more warehouses, before this, I think this warehouse is very different, right? A G+7 racking, large reach trucks reaching out to 7th floor, etc. I think this category demands something which is very different. It's a highly specialized category. And therefore, not only from stacking of product in the warehouse, but also how you show products on your website, etc., makes a lot of difference. I think this business is about specialization. This business is about a lot about supply chain than only about creating catalogs, right? And therefore, in my mind, on a long term, a specialist has a right to win in this category.
And a specialist you think will make the cut. But talk to us about what has been the fast-moving categories, services, demand from consumers on Pepperfry. You sort of do have a pulse of how urbanites really are shopping. So what's really been moving 4-5 things really?
See, in terms of the sales value, the top categories are beds, sofas, and dining tables. Basically, the products that you definitely need in a house, right? So those are large categories in terms of the volumes of sales. In terms of quantity sold online, so shoe racks is number one category, followed by coffee tables and then bedside tables. So these are the top categories right now on pepperfry.com.
Interesting. When you talk about a larger plan for an IPO, the fact that the board is also sort of aligned to it in the coming years, natural would also be in terms of unit economics and profitability, right? How is that journey really panning out in terms of ensuring, even while there's so much capital available now, we've seen the capital flood the Indian ecosystem over the last 8-9 months, but to also tread that part cautiously.
Yeah, see, in my view, we are in a business which where the gross margins actually start at 50%, right? So therefore, if there is one e-commerce company that should turn profitable first, it should be us, right? In the last 6 to 7 months, we have changed our trajectory. I think we are, in terms of unit economics, we are a much better company as compared to what we were 6 months back, or let's say a month back, and we will be a different company a month from now, right? And therefore, I think right now, we are absolutely focused on turning profitable. That would be the first milestone as we prepare for the IPO.
Sorry to butt in, but when do you see that the profitability?
I think same time next year we should be profitable, and then that's the first pit stop in our journey towards the IPO.
Got it. Ashish, lastly, before I let you go, what has been that one big challenge in sort of disrupting this market? Because not many saw it happening, because mobile phones, fashion, grocery, okay, convenience added, checkout, but furniture, when Indians do like the touch and feel, want to spend a lot more time, as I told you, take a lot more time to decide as to what should be in my house. What has been that biggest challenge in changing that mindset?
See, in my view, Indians even earlier, never were not able to buy furniture by touching and feeling it, right? You used to go to small mom and pop stores, you will see 2-3 beds, and then out will come a catalog, and someone will tell you that I can make this bed for you. So Indians have been buying off catalogs for a long time, forever now. What an online company like us, brings to the table is we are great at building catalogs, right? That is core to my business. We spend a lot of time, resources, energy in building catalogs online. If you look at the furniture catalog today, on Pepperfry, you have a piece of furniture shot in 17 different angles, right? We are investing a lot of money into creating 3D models out of the catalog. So you can turn, tilt, rotate the furniture before you make a purchase decision. I think 3 to 4 years from now, we believe that the entire way, the way the furniture is bought in the country is going to change significantly, right? I think AR and VR is one area which is going to take a lot of pace now, and perhaps might become one of the key ways that customers are going to buy furniture from.
And the role of discounts, it's considerably gone down over the last few years, will continue to go down in terms of latching on, getting first time users. So that will also, as we talk, really go down the hill.
Yeah, see, like I said, the category inherently, starts at a very high gross margin, right? It's a non-standard product category. If I ask price of a piece of furniture, a table of 5 people, all 5 people will give me a different price. So therefore, discounts, I think the role that the discounts play in my category, in the furniture business, is that they trigger purchase, right? They need not necessarily tell you whether the price is right or wrong, right? Discounts create urgency, they trigger purchase, and that's why they are valuable in a category like ours. Because otherwise, in a non-standard business, in a category, everyone has their own price.
You have so many options.
Absolutely.
Really.
So I think discounting, therefore, not discounting, but I think it will remain because it is a trigger to the purchase. Obviously, the level of those triggers will keep changing depending on how the category parameter is going.
And also the consumer demand. Works
yes.
on it.